So hi, well, the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Sorry for the different layout today. I updated my OBS because like, oh, why the hell not? I haven't done that in a minute. And I also haven't updated my graphics drivers in a minute.
Hmm.
Turns out that when you update OBS to the newest version, it wants updated graphics drivers
Hmm.
and it won't let me stream. So or
No.
record. So Glory saved the day. We're doing it. We're going live. We got an
Oh.
ad right now, but it is what it is. This is the first time that Gloria and I are talking in a week.
In
We
a week,
pre-recorded
yeah.
an episode. My OBS was still working then.
Exactly.
Um, Pre-recorded one last week, and now we're here. We left it off at I'm seeing Beartooth.
How was
So
Beartooth?
I saw Beartooth, bro. It was fucking crazy. Um, they kept saying that the second show was close to selling out.
Hmm.
Um, it was nowhere near packed
Hmm.
at all. There
Hmm.
was like I've went to shows that were way more packed in there.
Hmm.
Um, but it was super cool to see Beartooth in a very small venue. For the last song, Caleb hung from the rafters because they do like an instrumental thing. So he just walked over the merch table and then hung himself from the rafters,
Oh, good for
like
Caleb.
got up there with his hands and then like shifted from his hands to his feet and then like trusted the crowd and just like went back and hung from his feet. I'm like, bro,
Couldn't be me.
holy shit.
Mm-mm.
Um, so that was crazy.
Hmm.
But they put on a good show. My only nitpick was that it was just the same set list that I saw the last time they headlined.
Oh, they haven't switched it up?
No, I thought that they would pull out some deep cuts considering like a majority of the people that are going to go see you when you normally play arenas and you're going to play a 450 cap room,
Hmm.
like they're probably gonna like your music a lot. Like
Yeah.
I figured they'd pull out at least a couple deep cuts, but I heard a majority of those songs earlier this month when I saw them with A Day to Remember, which is fine because I
Hmm.
love all those songs.
Hmm.
And if they pulled out some deep cuts, I might not know them because I'm not super well versed in their older stuff, but
Yeah.
it's fine. My neck hurt afterwards and I was
You
still
got a
recovering from
bangover.
corn. I was
Mm.
still recovering from corn, so holy hell was I in pain, but it's
Hmm.
okay. Um so that was good. And then the next day, I saw My Chemical Romance in water parks in Albany. Still hasn't quite set in that I saw My Chemical
It
Romance.
doesn't for a couple days, yeah.
No, it's been a couple days, Ron. It still hasn't quite set in.
Yeah.
I thought it would like set in when I was like going through my concert videos
Hmm.
and shit. It still hasn't. I'm like
Mm-mm.
completely desensitized to the entire thing.
Hmm.
Um, Water Parks played a new song. Thank God it wasn't that Two Best Friends song. Um, because that song is fucking awful. The 10-second clip that Austin posted on Twitter.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's not
not
good.
very good.
Mm-mm.
But they played a new song, Real Super Dark,
Hmm.
which fucking slaps. Actually gave me faith in the new record.
Hmm.
Shit goes so hard. And then My Chem came on and they came out, they did Foundations of Decay, and
Dude,
then
the
like
arena was silent during that song because everyone was like, "Boo, this song sucks," which it does.
it's not horrible, but when you play that and then you play Prison later on in the night, like you know,
Mhm.
but they came right in, they played I'm Not Okay, so it's all right.
Mhm.
It was fun, like kind of like guessing what song they were gonna play next,
Mhm.
like because normally I go in, I'm like, okay, this is the set list, and if it
Yep.
changes, I'm fucked because I only listen to this set list before going.
Mhm.
Um, but I know all of my Kim songs, so it's okay.
You couldn't
Um,
lose.
yeah, they played some smackers. Thank God, no summertime. Thank God, no summertime. Fuck
I think it was
summertime.
like the last time they played "Summertime" was my show.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Keep that shit off the set list, bro.
Okay, really? Come on, man. It's a banger. It's so good.
Keep that fucking shit off the set list.
I'd rather an entire set list of just "Summertime" than Foundations once. Thank you.
Nah, nah.
I said what I
Um,
said.
so that was sick
Mhm.
that they didn't do that.
Mhm.
They played Prison. Glory texted me during it. It was like
Mhm.
they played Prison. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then, but it was. This is how I disappear into prison, into Our Lady of Sorrows, bro. Ascended.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
They played Black Parade, unfortunately. And then they played Boy Division.
You're a Black Parade hater?
I am a play all of the deep cuts. Stop sprinkling the hits in there.
See, mine
As
was
much as you
just
love the
hits.
hits.
It felt
Yeah.
like mine was just hit, which was great because like I'm 100% confident I know all the lyrics, but it's like, come on guys, you
Yeah.
could play something cool.
As much as I love the hits and I know that Welcome to the Black Parade is a staple,
Yeah,
I
it's
wish
not
it wasn't.
moving.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Um, like My Chem is one of the few bands that like even though I've never seen them,
Mhm.
it's like there's certain songs like the really massive songs, namely Welcome to the Black Parade, that I could go without hearing,
Mhm.
which might be a hot take, but I heard it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hear it
Four
two
more
other times,
times. Yeah.
so it's fine.
Yeah.
Not like mad, but like I would have rathered, you know, a cut off of Bullets or something just because I
Mhm.
prefer that record.
Mhm.
But then so they played that song, and then they played Boy Division,
Mhm.
House of Wolves, and Teenagers.
House of Wolves
Holy
goes
hell.
so hard live,
Oh my
dude.
God, bro. And then it was Helena, and then they fucking played Mama. Holy shit.
Wait, was
Holy
Mama your
shit.
encore?
No, no, no. We're still in the main set.
That's weird because usually they end with Helena.
Nah, this was still we still had a couple of songs left.
Oh wow.
They played Na Na Na,
Mhm.
which I would say when we're ranking popular songs I could go without ever hearing live,
Mhm.
Na 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 was probably on the top. Um, I really don't like that song.
Why don't you like that song?
It's repetitive. I don't like it.
But it's so fun.
That chorus is so
Na
annoying.
na na
It
na
great
na na
grates on
na
my
na
last
na
nerve.
na. It's such a banger, dude.
Um, but that might sounds like that one's a hot take.
Yeah, that's a very. I'm a little mad at you for that one. I
And
get
then
Welcome to
the
Black Parade. Sorry, continue, continue.
and then they ended the main set with famous last words, and
It's
then our
good.
encore was Vampires Never Hurt You.
Mm.
Absolutely
That was for
lost my
you.
fucking mind,
Yeah, that was for
bro.
you.
I went with my partner and their friend, and the entire night I was like, this song's gonna be vampires. This song's gonna be vampires. And every single time I was wrong. And then my partner's friend goes, no, based off the lighting, this one is vampires. And she was right. And I'm like, fuck you. But also, let's
Let's
go.
go. Yeah, I'll be
Go.
mad at you on the way home. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they ended with sleep, which is a weird choice.
I feel like that's a. I. It kind of
When I
fits.
saw it
It
on
kind of
paper,
fits. Mm-hmm.
I saw that certain shows they were closing with sleep. I was like, there's no fucking way that's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually experienced sleep as the closer to the set,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked,
It works
and I
very
was
well.
blown away.
Mm-hmm.
So I really did. I wound up liking that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good show. Still quite hasn't set in yet though.
Yeah. I'd
Uh,
rather sleep as a closer than Helena because Helena's good, but it's not a closer to me. It doesn't fit. But sleep, it's sleep. It has the
yeah,
big guitar part, and it's like it's all eerie and stuff.
yeah. Well, Helena works because it's the chorus is literally
So
so long
long
and
and
good
good
night.
night. When, don't care. Just close your eyes, kiss me goodbye, and sleep. That's it.
That
That's all I
also
need.
works as a closer.
Exactly.
Um, so that was fun. And then on Thursday I saw Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. I was talking to Glory about this before we went live. Because out of all the shows I went to, the one that she cared about the most was Harry Styles, I guess.
No, because we've already spoken about my chem. You were talking about it in the server. So
Yeah.
I do not care about Harry Styles. Actually, I do, but not this tour.
I would just like everybody to know I saw Harry Styles in the flesh before Glory did.
Don't care. I don't care. You can, bro. If it was like Fine Line or like self-titled era, I might be a little mad. But right now, I'm like, test the waters for me. You know, I'm
I
okay with
tested the
that.
waters. Um, I thought he put on a good show.
hmm
Um,
I mean, it's Harry Styles.
I think that like in terms of like pop performances,
hmm
he's a super like genuine performer,
Mm.
which I think was really cool. He was really into it. Like homie came out to Daydream and just running around the stage and like, dude, this song ain't that kind of song.
No,
Um,
no.
I've never been in an arena. Like people say that the arena rocks during Kiwi.
hmm
MSG did not personally rock during Kiwi during this show. But
Wow.
Golden and Adore You,
Mm-hmm.
I thought the place was gonna go down.
Really? It was Golden and
It was
Adore You that had the place
rocking.
shaking?
Yes.
That's weird.
It was fucking rocking. And I've never been in an arena. Granted, I've never been in an arena that full because he sells all the entire arena. So there were at least 20,000 people there.
Woof.
And but I've never been in an arena that shakes like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like scared, bro. I was like, are we going down? Like we're 3 stories up right now at least. Like,
Yeah.
are we going
Oh, you
down?
guys had like nosebleeds?
We actually had pretty decent seats. So
That's
we
good.
were in the 400s,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't technically 400s because the 300s were above. So our 400 seats were
Mm-hmm.
in line with like the middle of the 200s. So we actually didn't have horrible seats.
Okay, I gotta pull this up because
Yeah,
you
it's
you
really ass
confused you
backwards.
really confused
Yeah,
me.
pull up one of the Harry Styles shows at MSG. We were in section 413, um, row two.
Madison Square Garden. I'm going to Harry
Yeah.
Styles in 2 days. Okay, 413.
Yep.
Oh, so you were, yeah, that's three up.
Yeah.
That's
But we
actually
were
that's pretty
like,
decent, but that's
yeah,
really
we
weird.
were we were in line with the 200s. Like I looked to my left and there was the 200s right next to me. We were in line with like the middle of the rows.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't like
Yeah.
how they lay that out. That's like really confusing.
So, yeah, confusing, but we weren't up in the rafters, which was cool with me.
Mhm.
But we actually had a pretty good view. Because we were also close. Like it section was like this. It was like 6 rows or some shit.
Mhm.
So it was a tiny section.
Okay,
So we were close for being that high up.
that's good.
Um, but yeah, he put on a good show. Blood Orange, was interesting.
Who is Blood Orange? Because I see their name and they're opening. Is it like a solo act? Is it a band?
I thought it was a solo act,
Mhm.
but there's like 3 vocalists. I don't know if they're backup vocalists or what.
Three vocalists?
Well, there was the who I would assume is the main guy because he had headphones on and he was the one talking to the crowd.
Mhm.
But then there was a male and a female vocalist that were also singing, but they weren't just doing backup.
They were doing like lead.
Yeah, like they had their own parts and shit.
It seems like that sounds like a compromise.
But like, but like when I go to this group Spotify, it's
Mhm.
one dude.
Maybe he just gets tired in like the middle of songs and he's like, you just gotta fill in for me. Oh my god, Fred
It,
Durst added to a story.
but it just confuses the ever living fuck out of me because I was like,
Yeah,
is
it's
it a
just one
band?
guy.
Is it a solo group?
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought it was a solo guy going
Mm-hmm.
in, and then there were other people singing that
Yeah.
weren't just doing backup, and I was so confused.
He's the only
But
one who's like in all the pictures as well. That's like
yeah,
that's a little confusing, man.
so it was definitely weird. They weren't awful, but it's just like, I mean, it's hard to have that opening slot anyway.
For Harry
Everybody,
Styles.
yeah,
Bro, they
nobody's
were
there for
booing
you.
Mitski. You
Yeah,
can't win if you're opening for Harry Styles. How are you gonna
yeah.
boo Mitski?
There was nobody booing, um,
No, I'm
but
just saying
it
it's
was just
hard
like,
having that spot.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely a hard spot to have. Um, but yeah, they were okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be like, oh, Blood Orange is headlining, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not what I got from
Like
their
what
set.
genre are they? Because their thing says started out as a teenage punk band, but then went to orchestral acoustic pop records. What was the sound?
Oh fuck! It wasn't. That's a decent description of it.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know if it was big enough sounding to give it orchestral. I kind of was going like just gonna go generic like indie
Indie?
in terms of like genre,
Mm-hmm.
like putting it in a box. But yeah, it was just very confusing because there were some like really like decent songs, like pop songs that were synth driven, and then there were other ones that were just like, dude, did the same fucking guy write this?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
this is
mean, he's
boring as all
he's
hell.
conducting in this one,
Yeah,
so
no,
I'm
that
like,
there was no orchestra for that one.
mm-hmm.
there
Oh
there
wait, he's
was
not conducting. My bad.
yeah, but it was it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
so he writes, he composes classical stuff.
in his
That's
free
his
time.
thing. I think so. Because it says a dream come true to have a night of my classical compositions presented at Brooklyn Academy of Music. And then the
Uh,
next one is dream to hear and perform some of my classical work with the LA Philharmonic, conducted beautifully by, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. Um, so it's like, I think he just does a lot of stuff.
yeah, fair enough.
Good
But
for him, man.
his blood orange, it was okay.
It was okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, coming up, it's supposed to fucking pour tomorrow, but supposedly the event's rain or shine. I'm supposed to see Rammstein. They use a lot of pyro, a lot of fire,
Mm-hmm.
in their set though.
That should be
So
fun to see.
I don't know how rain and fire. I don't give a fuck if the fire is coming out of cannons or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how rain and fire are gonna mix. So I have a feeling that will either get postponed or canceled,
Mm-hmm.
depending on if they can find a new date. And then Friday, I see I Prevail and Pierce the Veil and Fit for a King and yours truly. That's gonna be fun. And then the following Monday, I got Mom Jeans.
That's
Bro,
good.
I granted I'm gonna see my chem 3 times this year,
Yeah.
but I'm going to have also seen Mom Jeans 3 times this year.
I mean, I'd say they're on the same level.
And if for some reason Mom Jeans winds up on another show I go to, like
Mm-hmm.
in December or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
um, then I'll have seen Mom Jeans more times
My Chemical
than My
Romance.
Chemical Romance.
That's a pretty valid.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've seen water parks 3 times this year. I'll have seen My Chem 3 times this year, and I will have seen Mom Jeans 3 times this year. Covering the whole spectrum of genre.
Right, dude. Oh my god.
Bro, I only got to see Corn once this year. What the fuck?
I thought you'd seen him twice because you saw him when he had
Last year.
COVID. That was last
Last
year.
Yeah. Um, but I'm looking forward to all the shows. Mom Jeans always puts on a good show,
Mm-hmm.
so and I actually like their new record, so
Good.
um but I'm most excited for the shows this week. And then you've got shit.
I do. I do. I just wanted to say, turns out Blood Orange was on 3 of the Turnstile songs, the Glow On songs.
Oh yeah.
So that was
I did see
interesting.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, tomorrow I have Heart Attack Man. And then on Saturday I have a festival where I'm going to see, let's look at the lineup right now. Give me
Boy's got a list.
I do. I literally I have I have a list. What is it called? Blue Ridge, Blue Ridge, Blue Ridge. Okay. So, I am seeing Sunday, Saturday. Okay. I'm seeing Motionless in White, Ice Time Kills, not Black Veil Brides. I'm missing them. Pierce the Veil, I Prevail, and Slipknot. I might see Starset if I can. But I really want to see Stick to Your Guns, but they're playing at the same time as Pierce the Veil. And they're like on the opposite end of the field. So
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try. But I'll
Fair
try.
enough.
I'll wave at them.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait,
but-
George.
yeah, I'll be like, "Hey, George." He
Hey,
won't
buddy.
see me.
Yeah, no.
But and then that next day, I will be driving 3 hours farther away to see Ice Nine Kills, Motionless White, and Black Veil Brides, and We Came as Romans. So
I'm jealous of you for that. Fuck you. I want to see We Came as Romans so bad.
and it's like I'm not even prepared. I haven't even like listened to them ever. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's fucked up.
yeah.
It's fucked up that you get to go to the second leg where they've got a good opener for
Mhm.
once, and then I'm going to the third leg the day before fucking Thanksgiving to see fucking Atreyu and the.
It's okay, man. I'm gonna be seeing Atreyu too.
Oh my
we're
God.
both gonna lose.
I
on
would
that one.
I would say I'll show up late, but I'm
Mhm.
getting into the city the day before Thanksgiving, so I'll be hard pressed to even get there on time to begin with.
Mhm.
So, I'm catching it up, bro. Atreyu 3 times in less than a year too.
No,
I saw them headline in November around that time last year.
I'm sorry. What was the reason for going to that show again?
Crown of the Empire.
There you go. Because I was like,
I also got a ticket for free. not guest list or
Oh
anything. I
yeah,
was
that
just on
was.
Facebook and some random lady gave me a ticket and then she
And then
wanted to
she
meet
wanted to
up
meet
with
up.
me during the show. And I was like, sorry, ma'am, I can't. I'm in a great spot. Meanwhile, there were two more rows of people behind me because they sold like 500 tickets in
Mhm.
this 2,000 cap room. And I was
Mhm.
like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry.
I'm
I know
sorry.
we're in an enclosed space. Like they should have patted you down, but what if you try to kill me right here?
Exactly. You know, she could have like a plastic knife or something. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You gotta stay vigilant.
So
But yeah.
that's that. Um but
And then
yeah,
we meet
lots of shows
in
coming up.
two next 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
Shh, no one's supposed to know.
Oh,
We're just supposed to post a thing on
yeah.
uh, to the three people watching this. Gloria and I
Shh.
meet in 2 weeks.
Shh. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Shh. Um, but we've got music to talk about.
Mhm.
We do. We do got that. So Miss May I put out a new album, The Curse of Existence. We spoke to Ryan from Miss May I, and you can watch that. It's a long conversation,
Yes.
but it was a good time.
Yes.
Um, I really enjoyed this record.
Mhm.
There were a lot of things in that conversation. There was a lot of words said in that conversation. I don't remember a lot of them, but what I do remember is Ryan saying that this album is like just it's straight bangers front to back. There's no soft songs. There's no
Mhm.
slow songs. It kicks you and it repeatedly kicks you. And
Mhm.
he's not fucking kidding.
No.
This album doesn't slow down, and that's what I like about it so much is that it's just a high energy fucking kick you in the balls 10 times over
Mhm.
and and then it ends and you're just left in pain and it's
Yeah.
great. I love the record.
Did you love the record because it left you in pain?
Yes.
I get it. I get it.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be me when this new Currents album comes out, except it's gonna be an emotional kind of pain, not a physical pain. They're on tour with Currents right now.
Oh my god. Grab the tickets. Yeah, I really enjoyed this record and I really liked the interview. As long as it was, as many words were said, I did
Yeah, a
enjoy the
lot of
interview.
words.
There were a lot. It was like what 48 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of our longer ones for the first time in a while. So it caught us a little bit off guard, but I mean it was pleasant, so can't really complain. If he was like a dick, it would be a little like, "Oh my god."
Wouldn't have lasted an hour.
We wouldn't have any follow-up questions. We just be like, "Great. Okay, go to color."
Cool.
Go to the color question. Callous Daoboys dropped new album, Celebrity Therapist.
We spoke to Carson about the album.
We
It's
did.
out right now. It's
We
been out
love you,
for a minute.
Carson.
Yes. Dude, this album, fucking insane.
It's crazy. The oh, you go.
Balls to the wall. As I just said about the Miss May I album, this album does not slow down. There are what, 9 songs on the album, I think?
Mhm.
Kicks you in the balls 9 times,
Mhm.
and then it just leaves you in not even emotional pain, physical pain.
Mhm.
All the types of pain.
Mhm.
But no, seriously, this album is fucking great. I've been stoked to see a shit ton of praise on this record.
Yes.
Both from just like people on Twitter and
Mhm.
also like tastemakers like within like the metal community and
Mhm.
shit. Like I saw Terry Beats praising this album a bunch on his Instagram story.
Good.
And I would consider him like a kind of a tastemaker. So it's been super sick to see all of the support, big and small,
Mhm.
you know. Um but seriously, go fucking listen to this record.
Yes.
Um there's so much to unpack.
Yes, there is.
A lot of instruments to unpack there.
A lot
A
of
lot of
stuff
time
happening.
signatures to figure out.
Yeah. You just this is the head this is the album that you can't like bop your head to because I remember I tried doing that at their concert and I just kind of gave up like 2 songs
Yeah.
in because I looked like really dumb. And I was like I was doing this and they would change the signature and I'd be like, "Oh, okay." You know, it's a little embarrassing, but it's funny because the first time we spoke about the Callous Daoboys, my first impression of them was it Who Swarms? I think that
Yeah.
was like the title.
You were just like, what the fuck
I was
is
like,
this?
why
Pure
did you put
chaos.
this on the why'd you put this on the playlist, man? This is so dumb. And then I didn't say it like that though. I was just really confused because I didn't know what I was hearing.
That's what Glory was saying to me before we went live. She was like, dude, what
This
the
is the
fuck
worst
is
song
wrong
I've ever
with you?
heard.
She's
Yeah.
like, this is worse than Trapped.
Whoa, okay, I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far ever. But
This is worse than Pride.
this is no. Pride is the best. You got to have pride. I love that song so much. Everybody stream Pride by Trapped.
Don't do
But
that.
Anyways, this album was amazing, and I just think it's funny because the first time I listened to Callous Daoboys, I was very confused, and that's what made Carson want to come on the podcast because he wanted to talk to us about it and basically like give us the album so I could give them a chance, kind of. Um, I really liked the album a lot, and I told him I was like, I really, really enjoyed the album. I understand it now, kind of, because it's still a lot, but it's good chaos. It's good noise, some would say.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Ayo. Let's
Ayo.
calm down with that right now.
Sorry.
You're getting crazy now.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Go watch our interview with Carson because it does have some, like silly little parts, but there are a lot of parts that people should listen to while after listening to the record or before listening to the record because Carson has a lot of things to unpack with the record, but not everything. He likes to leave some stuff for listeners.
We did get pretty goofy with them though.
We did get a little goofy. We got a little silly.
Got a little goofy, silly,
Oh, and I also saw the Callous Daoboys live.
I'm jealous about that too. But I will catch them at some point. They were just in Philly, but it was 21 plus. And I also had gotten, well, listen, bro, I was also running on 4 hours of sleep from the night before. That train got in pretty late from Harry Styles, bro. Let me tell you. Yungblud put out the worst album this year. It's a self-titled record, and I wish I never listened to this dog shit. If you say you liked any part of this album, I'm sorry, Glory, but you're gonna have to end the stream on your end because once again, my OBS is not working today, and this podcast is over. That interview, that really cool one we're gonna do this week, I'm gonna have to cancel it.
You wouldn't do
I would
it.
Never.
No, you would never, dude. If you would shoot. If you were in the hospital, you'd do it from your hospital bed, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, I told him not to do this, guys. But you'd be there, rain or shine, man. Whatever, house could be on fire. Someone could. No, man, you'd be there.
Dude, I could be on the side of the road in a ditch from a car accident I was in 30 seconds beforehand, and I would be like telling the fucking like officer and the fucking ambulance shit, like, yo, like, dude, it's awesome that you guys want to help me, and I know both my arms are broken, but there's a Zoom link in my email that you guys have to open right now.
Somebody just click it for me to make sure the lighting's good. Oh my god. But yeah, I liked this record.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I actually enjoyed it. And I kind of like Funeral now. It's not, it's really bad. I shouldn't have said that.
No.
But
you should keep all your thoughts to yourself.
This is
about
like
this
the,
album.
I've been dancing at the funeral or something like that. And it's just, I get it. I get it now. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I liked the one slow song. It's like the fourth song on the record. Thought it was weird placement, but I did enjoy it. I didn't like that it was like it wasn't like completely stripped back because that's what a lot of artists like to do. They like to just whip out the guitar and be like, "This is the acoustic track that we're gonna make the second track on the album for no reason." It was Sweet Heroine. I hated I Cry Too. That one made me like.
I was gonna say like, yeah, that was what cemented my hate for this album.
Mm-hmm. That one like truly pissed me off. But I think my favorite was Don't Feel Like Feeling Sad Today. Wow. I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic because that
you struggled to get that one out.
Because that one took me like a second for my brain to process before I could even get it out. But honestly, I enjoyed the record. I did. I don't understand I know I do because it's Yungblud, but I am also a Yungblud simp. I've been expressing myself more on that. I've been DMing Shane.
You should stop expressing yourself at all. You should just stop.
Bottle it all up. Hide it away. But no, I enjoyed
L'Oreal sent me Yungblud, just the biggest amount of spit just in his hand. She's like, he's so dreamy. And I'm like, you need fucking help, dude. Like, go outside.
Find God.
Like, dude, do you see the loogie that's in his hand right now? It's bigger than his mouth.
I would never simp over that video. That video, it makes my stomach like blah, blah, blah. But the video I did send.
I didn't watch it. I just told you to go outside.
I thought you watched it, Shane.
No, Glory.
It's funny. Okay, whatever.
I think the last video I watched that you sent me might have been. I don't even know if you sent it to me. I think you showed it to me on here. Was the Slipknot the?
Oh yeah, I sent that to you.
The curtains coming down.
Yeah. Wow.
That I had already seen. I think that was the last video that you sent that you watched because you're just like, look how dreamy Yungblud is, and I'm like, no.
No, I sent you the Atreyu video of him getting.
Oh yeah,
beer.
yeah. But I'd already seen that one, so there's no point in me watching. I don't like that video, but I've seen it before. So
okay, and then I've
watched that one.
Oh yeah, and then it was the Yungblud chicken shop date.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I watched about 3 seconds of it, and I was like, no.
Oh, I
But yeah,
can't turn
so
off my phone.
I did forget about the Atreyu video because
It's so funny.
that came out a long time ago.
And it's like
Um,
all the comments are like, I miss the old member. And I'm like, there was another
yeah.
one? And
Well,
it's like everybody just hating on the new guy.
there was the new guy used to be the drummer in the band
How did the drummer get upgraded?
because he was doing vocals as well. So
Okay.
they had a vocalist slash screamer, and then they brought in they took the drummer, they made him the front man,
Hmm.
and they went completely butt rock.
So, like,
Um,
they were good before
I
the other
wouldn't
guy?
say they were great, but they always were kind of like butt rock tinged,
Hmm.
but they were way heavier. And then they went that new record, Baptized, is just full blown
It's
radio
so
rock,
bad.
butt rock,
Hmm.
like borderline like pop rock at this point, and just made a boring
Ugh.
ass album,
Yeah.
you know?
Hmm.
So that's why people hate him.
Oh, that's valid. I get that.
Even if it's not necessarily his fault, the transition happened and then we got that shit show. So
Exactly. It all lines up.
he also he also can't really scream. So when they do like the older songs live,
Hmm.
they've got I think the bassist does the screams, which is fine. Just have him do the screams on the record too.
Yeah, you don't have to do everything, man. It's okay. Just step back. Ann Arbor dropped a new album, Love and Drugs. We spoke to Ann Arbor. This is I've wanted to talk to them since like
Fucking
even
wild.
even before like the podcast. I've loved this band so much. Since like 2016 or 18 or something. All I know is I have like a painting from like a long time ago and it has their little signature or whatever on it, their little logo. So we spoke to them and you can't see it, but like internally, I was like screaming and crying, and I was also shaking a lot. So if you see me bring my hand up to like do something, you could usually see that my hand was like having its own personal
Glory doesn't
earthquake.
normally get like that either. I can remember the last time that you got like that was when
Mm.
we interviewed Super whatever for the first time. You almost blacked out.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, and then
Fair
oh my
enough.
god, and then Sky was just like the nicest dude ever. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? That's good.
There was
That's good.
also happy when we had to call 30 minutes ahead of time. But other than that, Glory doesn't typically get like that. I'm normally the
Mm-mm.
one that's like, dude, we're interviewing this guy. I'm gonna black out right now.
Exactly. I feel
I'm
like I'm
going
gonna
down.
for the one tomorrow. I feel like I'm gonna be like that, even though I don't listen to them as much as you. But it's like I've. I mean, go on, man.
Bro, I mean,
Right?
it's true, bro. I've listened to the advance 3 times already. Like,
3 times? I haven't even touched it
bro,
yet, dude.
bro, it's a good fucking album. What can I
I'm
say?
glad. I'm glad you got it, man. I know you've been wanting that one for a while.
Dude, woke up to what was it? Was it Monday morning?
Mhm.
We last Monday morning, and it was sitting in there, and I was like,
Mhm.
"This is the best week ever."
And
And
then it got
seeing
locked
my
down.
chem and
Mhm.
album of the year is sitting in our inbox right now. This
Mhm.
is so fucking
Is it
awesome.
your album of the year?
It's up there,
Okay. That's
which
fine.
is wild to say because so many of my favorite bands have either put out albums or are putting out albums this year.
Yeah, Slipknot and
Um,
Corn. Corn was this
yeah,
year, right?
yep, and Motionless
Oh,
and
I
I
keep
Prevail
forgetting
just
about
put out an
Motionless.
album.
Mhm. That was
So
a good one.
there's a lot of records coming out, and this one's really good, but
Mhm.
I can't even say which one it is. You'll know in due time. The interview,
Exactly.
if it winds up happening this week, will be out next week because I might just put it out this week. Who's to say?
Exactly. Drop it same day.
But
Yeah.
anyways, back to the topic at hand.
Ann Arbor. Oh my
Yeah, Ann
god.
Arbor.
I think I was a little sorry. Back to I was I think a little tiny bit nervous for the Somerset just
Mhm.
because it was the Somerset,
Holy
but I
crap!
wasn't.
Yeah,
I feel like I wasn't like super scared. I was just like, oh my god.
yeah.
It was like the first time in a while that I've had like a
Holy
where I
shit,
had
dude,
to
we're
kind
doing
of
it.
like
Yeah,
mentally prepare myself. Anyways,
yeah.
Ann Arbor, Love and Drugs. Um, I was I liked the record the first time I listened to it, but I was like, okay, like it's okay. Second time I listened to it, I was like, whoa, whoa. Okay, guys, what did you put in this again? Like, did you guys mix it up again? Did you guys add something? Because there was just something different about it that I really enjoyed, or maybe I just needed like a different headspace because I'm pretty sure I was working the first time I listened to it.
Mhm.
But this time I was just kind of, I mean, I was working on like thumbnails and stuff when I was listening to it, but it wasn't necessarily sending out quotes or doing stuff like that.
Real work.
Yeah. But um I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it. And I know this is probably going to end up on my list because, come on, guys, it's Ann Arbor.
Fair enough. I enjoyed the record. I've listened to it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I've landed on, I like the record. Um, but I feel like there is a disconnect between the singles
Mm-hmm.
and the songs that were not singles.
Mm-hmm.
The singles I fucking love,
Mm-hmm.
especially songs like Honeymoon in Tokyo.
Ooh.
That song absolutely bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I just feel like there's a disconnect between the two,
Mm-hmm.
which makes the listening experience a little strange.
Okay.
But other than that, I thought that the record in its entirety was good. There were no songs on it where I was like, dude, like what were you
Why was
thinking?
this on here?
Like there were no songs like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was just kind of left like not gonna be putting it on
Dead
the
air.
album of the year. We're putting the album that we cannot name right now on the album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But uh yeah, that's where I'm at. But Honeymoon in Tokyo, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking
Song of the
song,
year.
I'm gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got to go listen to that.
Yes.
And the song Drugs has also grown on me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't my favorite when it came out, as was like a majority of the singles too. Wasn't my favorite, but they've all grown on me.
Yes.
So I'm here for it. It just wasn't an instant connection like the Tangerine EP was.
I love that EP.
Because those were just so fucking boppy,
Those
bro.
were so good.
Um, Ocean's 8 Alaska put out a new album, Disparity.
Wow.
Uh,
Oof.
this fucking album is, bro.
Oof. Wow. Whoa. Talk about like gut punch after gut punch, dude. Like this album did not slow down. And I usually don't like my type of records when if they're heavy, it's like they have to have a balance of clean vocals and screams. Um like literally the only two heavy bands that I listen to regularly, Motionless in White and Ice Nine Kills, they both have that balance because it I don't know, my brain likes that. But for whatever reason, this album had like a 75 25, 75 like just screams and then 25 clean vocals. I really liked that. And I thought they pulled it off. And this is like my one exception to like, like the code is gone for
Mhm.
this one. I truly enjoyed this record.
Yeah, and I I kept bringing this band up to you, and every single time you're like, "Ooh, Ocean's 8 Alaska, I'm excited,"
Mm.
and I'm like, "What? What do you mean you're excited? This is nothing like what you listen to."
Yeah.
So I figured that you'd like the record, but it's just so strange to me that you like it
Mm-hmm.
as much as you do,
Mm-hmm.
because normally you're like, they didn't stop yelling.
It hurt my ears. And that's usually how I feel about metal records. But this one, I don't know what it was, but I really enjoyed it. And I think I usually like their stuff.
Mhm.
I can't really remember, but I don't know. This
Yeah.
album banged, and I really
Yeah,
liked it.
this album was great. My favorite song on the record is "Dead Behind the Eyes" because it's got Eric from I Prevail, which is just he's just such an insane screamer.
Mm-hmm.
So to put him on a track with a band
Ele.
that's already fucking insane,
Mm-hmm.
it was just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
This entire album just front to back slaps, bro.
Mm-hmm. True. The Front Bottoms dropped new EP. Teresa. The Front Bottoms. Okay. I mean this in the nicest way possible. I feel like everyone who does this genre, you know what genre this is. I don't know how to classify it. I don't know the proper name for it.
Midwest emo,
Midwest
weed
emo.
emo.
I feel like in the nicest way possible, everyone that does this genre has the exact same voice. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I
Well,
don't listen to them often or this
well,
genre
bro.
often, but it's just like I don't know. The Front Bottoms. When I heard them, I was like, oh, this sounds like this, and this vocally, and I was like, oh, those are all completely different bands. It's just the same kind of like regular person voice.
Yeah. Yeah, the vocals are never the strong suit in a genre like this.
Mm-mm.
Never ever. For every
God.
artist, for every band
Mm-hmm.
in like this Midwest emo, weed emo, just
Mm-hmm.
emo kind of genre group
Mm-hmm.
that has a good vocalist, there's 10 bands that don't. And that might be a friendly proportion. It might be more like 1 to 100. so
Dude,
the vocals are never the strong suit. Like I could go be the vocalist of a Midwest emo band,
I could see
and
that.
as long as your guitars twinkle, nobody gives a fuck what you sound like. Like, nobody cares.
See, now I
Um,
wasn't saying that was a bad thing. I, for one, like the vocals, guys. Don't cancel me in your Midwest emo groups. Um, I thought it sounded familiar.
well,
That was
bro,
it.
it did because every the Front Bottoms record, his vocals sound the exact same.
Exact same.
There's no difference in the
No,
vocals. Saw
no.
them live. I was convinced they were just playing one continuous song for an hour and a half. Like
You guys, are we gonna
the
take a
the
break or?
the range didn't change at all.
Really?
Um,
God, that sounds so boring.
but the Front Bottoms are a band that has grown on me.
Mhm.
Mostly due to exposure from my partner
Mhm.
because they really like the Front Bottoms. So it's just kind of like I'm surrounded by the band even though I don't want to be.
Mhm.
So it's like it's also why I've gotten into the older Mom Teen stuff, which I was a very much I do not like this shit. And now I've seen the band. It's going to be 3 times this year that I've seen
Yeah.
them.
Jesus.
So, um, I actually like the CP.
Good. Me too.
Yeah. That the long and the short of it, I like the CP,
Mhm.
and I'm kind of coming around to the whole, um, just front bottoms in general,
Mhm.
because sat on here and poo pooed on that last record.
You did.
Granted, still not their best work, but I'm coming around to them.
Yeah.
I because they were changing their set list every night, and I
Mhm.
was like, as someone that does not like this fucking band that has to see them in 48 hours,
Mhm.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. You just have to listen to the entire discography, man.
So I listened to the entire fucking
You
discography, and
did?
that's how I got to from hating them to tolerating them, and then seeing them live. I was like, okay, fine, whatever, you got me.
You got my streams. Happy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. So
Yeah. I mean,
that's how that happened.
yeah. I too like the front bottoms, and I think they locked me in with whatever they released last year. Was that an
Mhm.
album? Because I
That was
really
singles.
enjoyed that. It was singles?
Yeah, I
Because I remember
believe
listening to it while I was
so.
biking.
Um, tell you right now, there was Lover Boy and Voodoo Magic
Yes.
singles.
Yeah. They locked
Yes.
me in with those. So
Hmm.
I was
Those are
happy
good.
to see that they were on the playlist, but I was when I listened to them, I was like, wow. You know? But I
Wow, it
mean,
sounds
like,
exactly like their last song.
yeah, right. But I liked it. I can't be
Yeah,
mad at it. If we can let Mayday Parade do the exact same thing,
exactly. They're
sure.
just like they're the Mayday parade of like
Midwest emo.
the Midwest emo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually a great way to put them
that's
because
great.
as much as I like the vocals on some of these bands, they sound the same on every goddamn record, but it's like each record musically winds up sounding a little bit different. I feel
Yeah,
like the Front Bottoms, bro, it's like
it's
usually
the
you just
same
get
stuff.
what you
It's a
get.
front bottom song.
And
That's all
that's
it
like a
is.
Mayday Parade album. You get what you get.
Exactly. And are you gonna be mad about it? Maybe a little, but you'll
No,
get
because
around to
you're
it.
depressed and you need something to listen to right now, and that shit is kicking you in the stomach.
That exactly. Oh my god.
Eight Graves put out a new EP, Phantoms. Um, I'm fucking with this EP
This
a
EP
lot.
had me dancing in my
Yes.
kitchen. Not even a joke. Like I was doing I was breaking it down a little bit. You know, we were grooving out.
I'm getting a little crazy in the kitchen.
Exactly. Getting a little
Um,
crazy.
but I'm really fucking with this. I especially love Middle of Hell and Level Up.
Oh my god,
Um,
you've been giving favorites all week, and I not all week. Oh my god,
all
all
episode.
episode, and
My
I
bad.
haven't said anything.
That's okay. But I also liked the song that they wound up saving,
Mm-hmm.
which was Suffocate. But that's not to say I didn't like the 2 songs in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just picking out songs that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed the EP. It was very good. Good
I
job,
too
guys.
enjoyed the EP.
Yes.
Thank you. And because I haven't given favorites this entire episode, I'm gonna continue that. But I did enjoy the record. Thank
Good
you.
job. Well, we're going into the singles, so you don't have to give favorites now.
So this was
You
my
either like
favorite
it or you
Pierce
don't
the
like it.
Veils. So Pierce the Veil dropped a new single, "Past the Nirvana." I wish they did like "Past the Vana." So then
Past the Virgin.
Past the Virgin. There you go. So then it could have been Pierce the Veil release PTV. I like this song.
I liked it too,
Hmm.
but I'm confused by it.
How so?
You've started listening to Pierce the Veil, right?
Partially. I know I've started listening to the one with the house. and the
Hmm.
Ghost. That I've been listening to that a lot recently.
So then you know what they sound like.
Yes.
This song was not what I was expecting
No.
because all like I'm not very well versed on the first record. I
Hmm.
really don't like it. But the
Is that the
three
one with the
albums after
kids?
that, yes.
Okay.
I really don't like it. But I
Hmm.
also listened to it like like during like a fucking field day, bro, like with one headphone in. So like I didn't get the best listening experience, but I just really
Hmm.
didn't enjoy it and I haven't gone back to it. But the three
Really?
albums after that,
Hmm.
so Selfish Things, Collide with the Sky and Misadventures,
Hmm.
they're all like in the same vein
Hmm.
musically. Like you know what you're gonna expect, but they've each got their own like flavor to them.
Twist. Yeah.
Like Vic's voice is so high on Selfish Machines that I had a hard time listening to it for a while. Collide with the Sky is the album you go to if you want to get into Pierce the Veil,
Hmm.
and Misadventures is like a mixture of the two. This song felt like they're very post-hardcore driven.
Hmm.
This song felt a little bit more like metal focused, like in the riffs.
Hmm.
Like as the song progressed, it was like, okay, this is a Pierce the Veil song.
Hmm.
But when it opened, I was like, why is this butt rock? And then the breakdown hits, and I'm like, why are they a metalcore band?
Hmm.
So I was very confused the first
Hmm.
time I was listening to it. I enjoy the song, don't get me wrong. I'm fucking stoked for this album.
Yeah. Good.
And I'm stoked to hear the song live, and I'm just stoked to finally fucking see them
Hmm.
and live through a Pierce the Veil album cycle because I
Right.
never
Yeah.
thought that would happen.
Hmm.
Their album cycles are so goddamn long. Um, so it's great that that's all going to happen,
Hmm.
but it's just a very strange first single. And it was also because some of the teasers that they were sharing sounded closer to like what they were doing previously.
Hmm.
So like to come out of this like left field shit
Hmm.
was confusing.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm not mad about it because a little bit of change in the Pierce the Veil formula ain't gonna hurt either.
Mm-mm. No. You love to see it, honestly. I don't know. I really enjoyed the song. It's great that once I said, "Hey guys, I think I'm gonna start listening to Pierce the Veil," they were like, "Okay, here's a new single," and I was like, "Oh,
Gonna have a new album soon.
thanks." But I need to stop with this light skin thing, man. It's pissing me off because it just comes out. I just start doing the dumb light skin laugh. Sorry. Okay. I liked
Uh,
this track.
good, good. Concrete Castles put a new single, Lucky, bro. After the past couple of singles they put out,
Hmm.
this was not what I was expecting.
No.
Pretty much, like the album was very pop rock. The newer singles have been like an alt pop kind of thing, and then this was just a straight up fucking pop song,
Yeah.
catchy as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, out of left field, but I'm liking it.
Ba-dum-ba-ba-bum.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving
Even
it. Yeah, I'm loving it.
yeah.
No, I really like this track. Um, not related in any way. Like it didn't sound like it or anything. But this track, just by the name, it made me listen to that "Not My Weekend" song. The
Mhm.
one where Pat does like the, what is it? It's like it's the one that people on Twitter were mad at him for doing the finna gonna thing. And I was like, this still kind of bangs a little bit, guys. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I like the track. It made me think. It made me revisit "Not My Weekend."
Sure, Glory, that's fine. Good for you.
Architects dropped new single "Deep Fake." Architects, you did it again.
Bro,
This is good. This is
I
really
am
good.
excited for this album.
Hmm.
I am pissed that I'm not seeing them in a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
but I am so excited for this album. Loving what Architects is doing,
Woo.
and I hate that people are like, "Fuck you, Architects! Go back to what you were doing a couple of years ago."
Hmm.
Because I've been loving these past couple of records. So I'm very excited.
That's good.
The 1975 put out a new single, "I'm in Love with You." They're finally in their banger era again. They
They've
put out
been in
two
their banger
slappers.
anger.
They put out
Banger.
one of the worst albums I've heard in a minute, Lori.
Well, they've been making it for me, so they've been putting out some of their best work. And that's
Sure.
coming from
Yep.
a person who's never listened to
Yeah.
anything past their paragraph of a title album. Can't even remember the name of it because it was so long, but that one banged. I really liked this track, and a lot of people are raving about it. Like I saw people posting like lyrics on their story, and I was like,
You know the song is banging when when the people are posting the lyrics on their
Exactly.
story.
Same with that Taylor Swift announcement, man. But
Bro,
um
the Taylor Swift announcement was
it
everywhere.
was couldn't get away from it. Really couldn't. Even well, no. It's a given. I was gonna say even Brendan was posting about it, but he's like a Taylor Swift simp, so I'll give him that
Hmm.
one. But yeah, this track banged.
True.
Chapel, oh my god, welcome back. Chapel dropped a new single, Some Nights.
You want to talk about how the average person is going to be annoying about the new Taylor Swift album?
Yeah,
I am going to be annoying when Chapel announces their new record
yeah, that
because
they've been
holy
holding.
fuck,
That they've been holding for like what, 2 years?
too long.
2 years, dude.
I am so excited.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different vibe.
Mm-hmm. Not what I expected.
Yeah, no, feels very Chapel, but it was a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Loving it though, dude. I'm so fucking excited for what's in store. Um, they're not on Rise anymore.
Yeah, let's go,
Um,
Chapel.
so that's an exciting development.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm loving it. I texted Carter. I was like, so this new single, like when they announced it, I was like, dude, so the single, does that mean like an album rollout is
Mm-hmm.
starting? And he's like, bro, I'm like, that's not an answer.
Yes or no? Yeah, that's curious though, because do you think that they had to scrap the record that they've been holding on to for a while because it was probably recorded with Rise Records money? So it's like usually when it's like you recorded the record label, they're like, "No, that's ours because we gave you the funds for it." So now they have to like start over.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna ask Carter.
yeah, I don't know. Um,
Carter, did you
that feels
scrap old
that's an
record?
interview question. That's an interview question, Glory.
For what? Are we gonna interview him about this one track?
No, when they announce the album, hopefully tomorrow, because I can't wait any longer. We're gonna have them on the show the day after they announce it. I'm gonna ask him all the burning questions about the album.
Fine, I won't message him then. Carter, just give us the record.
Or Carter, if you're watching, you can answer it now. That's fine.
Please. Oh my god.
um, but either way, I'm excited. No matter what they're putting out, um, I'm fucking stoked. More Chapel it's great for us because we're Chapel lovers here,
We are.
and bigger body of work. That means they can finally go on tour, and I can finally see the besties again. It's
Mm-hmm.
been so long. It's gonna be. I would assume they're not going to tour this year, so it's going to be 3 years if they tour in 2023. Last time I saw them was 2020 with Soup or whatever.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
That's such a good tour though. Oh my god, rest in peace, Super whatever.
Yeah, and happy.
Ah.
And for a minute there, I thought Chapel too.
Ugh. Ugh. You reminded me of Happy being dead, dude. Come on,
Yeah.
you didn't have to. Oh my god, you ruined my day.
Currents put out a new single, "The Death We Seek." They did
We
this
speak,
just
Shane.
they did this just as my school year is starting. That's when the seasonal depression kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they start their album cycle. It's almost like it's meant to be. They know what their purpose is. Um, this song made me feel emotions that I should be unpacking in therapy. And that's what I love about Currents. Great song. Great song. Announce the album, put it on the same release date as the Chapel album so that I can just give myself whiplash as I'm going back and forth between the two albums.
Mm-hmm. You should start your next therapy session with. So Currents dropped a new song. Oh my god. Yeah, this banged. I like Currents. I like Currents
Yeah.
a lot. I enjoyed it. It was definitely whiplash when this song finished to then go into the Somerset's new track with Travie McCoy, FTS.
Guess who we spoke to, Glory?
Who do we talk to, Shane?
We spoke to Brian Logan Dales from the Somerset, dude.
Wow.
We freaking did that, bro.
We did that, bro. That was crazy. He was so kind. I liked him a lot.
That
That was good.
It was a great chat. We spoke about Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Blossom comes out this Friday. I'm very excited
It's
for
about
the entire
time.
world
Part
to
one.
hear
Part one.
hear it. Yes, part
Mhm.
one of two parts.
Two parts.
Part two is not finished. So we spoke about Blossom Part One.
Mm-hmm.
And we really dove in deep on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great project. So when it comes out on Friday, you should listen to it. But this song is great. It's fun, and paraphrasing a little bit, but in the interview, he did talk about how this song was written before the band broke up.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to see how they wrote a song. What, like fucking 8 years ago, they wrote this song,
Mhm.
and like even without Travis' verse, it fits into like what's going on currently so well. And
Oh
then
yeah.
obviously Travis comes in and like makes it a song
Makes it
about like right
current.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
he makes it a current song. But even without Travis' verse, it's a very like current feeling song despite being written 8 years ago.
Mhm.
And that scares me.
See, but the thing is, I think it sounds more like a blast from the past. Maybe it's just Travis like verse, and I just associate his voice with like it's
Well,
gonna
his voice is very much a blast from the past because you couldn't get away from that Gym
Gym
Class
Class
Hero
Hero song
song
exactly.
with Adam Levine on it.
My heart's a
I showed that
stereo.
song to my mom like a week ago or so.
For the first time.
Not well, apparently it was because I was like, Mom, you and I used to listen to the radio all the time. Okay. We all the fucking time. Every morning the radio would be on.
Mm.
I played her that song. I was like, you have to know this because I know this fucking song and I haven't listened to the radio in fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
She had no idea.
Oh my god!
I was
Imagine
like, you
listening to
don't
that song for the first time. I wish I could do that again.
it's not it's I swear on my life it's not the first time she's listened to it,
Yeah.
but she thinks it is. I'm
Wow.
like, Mom, the song has 100 million streams on Spotify. This song was playing every hour on the
You
hour on
literally
the
couldn't get away from
on
it.
every radio station
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
What do you mean you haven't heard it?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe her.
So your mom's lying.
Yes. Um, but yeah, that might be why. Just because it's like I hear his voice and I agree with you. I get like I'm like, well, he's got to start. He's got to. He's not even gonna rap his part in the
Mm-mm.
song. He's just gonna start singing Adam Levine's part in
Ma-
that song.
I want them to switch parts. That'd be so cool. But
Yes.
this was my favorite track off of Blossom, and I got to tell him that,
Hey,
and he was like, "That's a good one," and
nice.
I'm like, "Yeah, I know,
Yeah, good pick, dude.
I know, yeah."
Um, Louis Tomlinson put out a new single, "Bigger Than Me," announced an album. It's coming out on November 4th, if I remember correctly. And Gloria, I'll let you start because you're the resident Louis Tomlinson stan, and your face over there is scaring
I
me.
didn't like it.
Oh, thank God.
I really, I sat down with my dad and I was like, "Hey, Louis dropped a new track." He was like, "Put it on," and I was like, "Okay, okay, okay." So I put it on. I just kind of sat there, and my dad just kind of sat there. We didn't look at each other. And then it ended. I was waiting for it to end. It felt like it couldn't end quick enough. And this hurts me to say. I really didn't like it. And I looked at my dad and I was like, "That I don't think I liked that." And he was like,
Yeah.
"It reminds me of." He said, "Always You," and I was like, "You're thinking of Defenseless because it has the same progression as Defenseless, and it sounds very safe as a Louis song, and it's just not
Yeah.
even a good safe, not even like a classic song. It just sounds very like I don't like the production on it. I don't like how it's mixed. I don't like his vocals on it. I don't like the progression. It's just the entire song was really weird. And Defenseless is my favorite song off of
Mhm.
Walls. So when I heard the build up and then it going down and then building up again, I was like, okay, I could recognize this,
Mhm.
but it's just not. It doesn't fit. It's not good.
Yeah. So I yelled, "Thank God," because I was about halfway through the song and I was like, I'm going to upset Glory when I say that this is dog shit.
It's his worst
Um,
thing he's released ever. Like,
it's it just I don't remember much from listening to Walls, but I can tell you this.
mm-hmm.
There were no songs where you could tell he was gunning for the radio.
Yeah,
This song feels like he's just gunning for a number one spot on the radio.
mm-hmm.
It is so cookie cutter.
Yeah,
And it's like there's no like because it was started to build up and I thought that there would be like this big crescendo in the song
mm-hmm.
and then it would kind of like fade out because that's kind of how the song felt like it was building up.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really do anything.
It didn't go anywhere.
It just kind of flatlined and then ended.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, that fucking sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're 2 minutes into the song and the song just flatlined and there's another 2 minutes to go. So
Exactly. Yeah.
um I'm hoping that it's kind of like what like I'm hoping that it's not a sign of what the record is going to be.
I'm hoping it's one of the flukes. because
Yeah,
because I loved Walls. Like
yeah,
you know how much I enjoyed that record or
dude,
just
you
Louis
put a
stuff
gun to
in
my head
general.
and told me to listen
I
to it.
said, "Shane, turn on Walls." And you said, "Okay, okay." Um and I just it's such a letdown. Maybe and it's not
I'm not
even
even a.
it's just me. It's well, it's us. It feels
Yeah.
like it's just us because everyone I've seen talk about it has been like praising it. And I'm like, it's not good. Am I missing
Well,
something? Did I listen to the wrong version?
when you get into like this stan culture and shit, because I would
True.
assume you're talking about like
Louis.
people on Twitter that are
Mm-hmm.
fans of Louis. It's very like could put out the worst shit you ever heard, and these people are on
And
their knees
farting
like,
in a
"This
mic for 2
is
hours.
so
He
good."
really
Like,
popped off, guys.
yeah, um, like people with the two best friends clip from water parks. They're like, "This is the best shit we've ever heard," and it's dog shit.
It's really bad.
Um,
It's like really bad.
so that is probably why you're getting such a biased opinion. But yeah, it's just it's not very good.
No.
And granted, he's not as mainstream as
Harry.
Harry Styles is, but I was expecting because there were even Harry Styles fans that were like, "As it was is not good."
Yeah, that was me. That was
Yeah,
me. I was like, dude,
like
stop playing it. It's so bad.
so
Oh my god, they're
I
both in
was
their
just
flop era.
I
Ugh.
was just expecting more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but whatever, man. Hopefully the record doesn't suck.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm scared to pre-order the vinyl because it's like, what if I hate it? I don't even have the Walls vinyl yet. I need to get it, but it's like, what if I hate it?
yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully there's a new single sooner rather than later
Yeah,
that can either confirm your suspicion or make you a little bit excited.
yeah,
And he can be one for two. But
yeah.
bro, even as like a non-Louis fan, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God, like this dude fumbled.
He really did
like,
because it's like I remember looking up like maybe 45 seconds to a minute into the song, and my instincts were like, "Ugh, this song's so boring. Skip it." And I be my phone. I put my phone in the middle of the room, so I would have to get up and skip it. And I was like, "No, I haven't even listened. I haven't heard this song. It's Louis." I was just, this is it. It was just not good. It wasn't good, and I feel like this you're right, you nailed on the head, you hit the nail on the head with that one. This is definitely a radio friendly track because they are pushing him hard this era. Like Walls, he had maybe like 10
well,
10 interviews that he did.
and then he did 10 for this song alone.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
he is like he's on like 5 different magazines that they've
Mhm.
announced. He's the face of like all these radio stations. He's doing radio interviews. He's still rolling out press now for a song that came out like a couple days ago. Usually it's like the first couple days for songs are like, a lot. But it's like people are still announcing stuff that he's doing
Mhm.
with them, and he's headlining festivals. He's doing all, and it's like great. I'm glad he's getting out there and he's getting like the flowers he deserves. But it's like for this track,
Okay. I think it
he
might be a
also got like
crazy
good
one.
management. He also got
Yeah.
good management for this one, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna assume that also plays a part in it. Um,
Might be a little crazy, but it's not too far fetched. We see what Harry Styles is doing.
mm-hmm,
Okay. This
mm-hmm,
dude sold out 15 nights at Madison Square Garden at 20,000 tickets per night at
mm-hmm,
least. That's not including how many people they can squeeze on that floor.
mm-hmm.
He did that 15 times. And then he's playing a couple of other markets where he sold out like maybe there were another 20 nights in total maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This dude is fucking killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Not Harry Styles. Louis Tomlinson
Mm-hmm.
is playing clubs that are a quarter of the size of that,
Okay, well, yeah, yeah.
at least over here.
Mm-hmm.
He might be a little bit bigger over in his home country.
Across the pond.
I think the plan is to push the ever living fuck out of it
Mm-hmm.
and just keep on growing him so that obviously we know One Direction's not going to get back together and he wants to keep doing music.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make him fucking huge. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously the dude is doing all right,
Yeah,
but let's get him to
he's
fucking Harry
comfortable.
Styles level, bro, if we
Yeah.
can.
I mean, I'd
Um,
like him to stay like little. I say like pocket size, bro. Like
mhm.
sold out his entire
well,
tour. I'm pretty
well, yeah,
sure.
it's not like he didn't sell out that tour,
Mm-hmm.
but he came
It's
over
not
here and he was playing
20
2000
k.
cap rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like I think the one I was trying to go to was 5,000, and it was
yeah,
in
exactly.
DC, the
Yeah.
National. No, not the National. That's in Richmond. The Anthem. There you go. But yeah, I think that one's like 5,000 possibly, or a little bit more than that. But he sold that out in like a week or something. So it's like he has potential,
Mhm.
but I'd like to
Give him
see
that
him.
bump with all the radio promotion, and all of a
Exactly.
sudden he'll
Yeah.
be doing a tour like Lizzo, where he's hitting major markets and arenas and blowing them out. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I'd like to see it. But
Yeah.
I just this song made me sad.
Mhm.
It made me sad because I couldn't stop listening to him all last year and the year before, and now I'm like, oh my god, dude, what are you doing? But love you, Louis. Come on the podcast. Let's talk about Walls, or even this track. I'll tell you that I love it.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to hear. Weezer dropped new single with Noga Erez. It's called Records.
And it's fucking
I
strange.
I liked it.
It's
Weezer,
weird.
you're kind of popping off now. I'll give you that. I like everything you've put out this year. Good job.
Uh, it's just so weird to me, the shit that Weezer does sometimes. And that this is one of them, although not as weird as that AJR collab they did earlier in the year, um, or last year. But it was all right. Didn't hate it. The Wonder Years put out a new single, "Old Friends Like Lost Teeth." Um,
That one took me a while to type out. I'm gonna be
yeah,
completely honest because I kept reading it like old friends lost like teeth, and then old friends lost teeth like. I was like,
maybe you do
what
have.
is this? Maybe
Maybe you are
I
dyslexic.
think so, man. Um, but yeah, I like the Wonder Years. I like them. If they came in
Yeah,
town again, I wouldn't skip their set.
yeah. This song wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm. I like this. But is it like old friends like Lost Teeth? Like they like Lost Teeth, or they are like
Corey, I think
Lost
it's just
Teeth?
like a Fall Out Boy title where you shouldn't think too deeply into it.
It's just kind of like a title. You think it was maybe
Yeah.
like the working title that they like named the file and then they forgot to change it once they uploaded it to like DistroKid or something? I'm gonna say that's what happened.
They sent it up to the label, and the label was like, "This is what you guys want to call it," and they were like, "Well, the song comes out tomorrow, so I guess."
Sure, yeah. Dodie dropped a new single, "Hot Mess." Dodie, you did it again. This track is, it's a little, you know, but I
The
liked it.
Dodie song.
I liked it. Yeah, it's a Dodie song. It's a bit
Yeah.
more upbeat than Dodie
Yeah.
songs. It reminds me of what is it, Monster? From like I don't think we listened to that record for the podcast. I remember I think that was like 2018, but yeah, I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I like the song because it was more upbeat. It felt like it went somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. Crawlers put out a new single, "I Don't Want It." We
We
spoke
spoke
to
to
Crawlers about
Crawlers.
their last single, "Fuck Me." I don't know what to tell you, I think is what it was called, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it got age restricted. So if you're able to go watch it, please do, because it did not do the numbers I was hoping it would.
Because it got
And
age restricted.
because it got age restricted,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Um, it was "Fuck Me." I don't know how to say.
There you go.
Whatever. It was a
That was
long ass
close.
title.
Yeah.
But I like this. This song is my favorite out of the single rollout that they've been doing for this mixtape that comes out at the end of next month.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's more upbeat. I'm here for it. It's not. I liked the other songs. I was very excited that we got to chat with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because their blow up has been fucking insane. And it was
Yeah.
great to chat with them. But this is my favorite song that they've put out easily.
Easily. That's valid. I liked this track a lot. I like talking to them. And this isn't my favorite thing that they've put out. Not saying it's bad, but I did like the single that we spoke to them about. And then I also liked the other single that I listened to that was released before that one because I thought we were talking about that one. And then I reread the email and we were talking about one that hadn't been released yet. And I was like, oh, and then by the time we did it, it was released. So it was a whole thing. But I liked this one a lot.
Very nice.
Unity TX dropped a new single, Burnout. Unity TX,
Slapping.
you did it again. I wish Unity TX was brought on for Trinity of Terror instead of Atreyu.
Yeah. The problem is Atreyu is killing it on Octane. We Came as Romans is killing it on Octane.
Motionless
Fame
is
on
killing it on
Fire
Titan. Yeah.
was killing it on Octane.
Mhm.
Lilith Czar is just
Oh.
killing it on radio in general, both
Mhm.
on Octane and
Mhm.
on like regular radio, not Sirius.
Mhm.
So that's the openers that they're going for because the three main bands are also killing it on Octane.
Yeah.
So, um, but
I
yeah, I
want
like
that
this
for
song.
Unity TX so bad. I
Yeah.
need that for them. But yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yes,
I
I like
I
this
I
song.
love whatever they put out. They always kill it. Yeah.
So true.
Mhm.
Give album
Give
now.
Come on the podcast. They haven't
When
been
the
on the podcast
album
yet. They were
album
supposed to, and then just give us the
album.
album.
Yes. Boston Manor put out a new single, Inertia. I like this song. I'm excited for the album slash very long EP that they're putting out because it's like 8 songs.
Mhm.
So it's right in the middle there.
Mhm.
But I'm excited. I like the song.
We almost spoke to Boston.
It's okay though. It's okay.
It's okay though.
Maybe one day.
We'll get you next time. Yeah, this track banged. Come on the podcast.
Yes,
That was
please.
it.
Come on. Yeah.
Cemetery Sun. This is our last track. Thank God. Cemetery Sun dropped a new single, Metamorphosis.
I saw this band live with Grayscale last year.
Oh.
Um, I liked them,
Mm.
although I was like, this is like not something that I would come back to, but I've been keeping up with their singles because they didn't do the full run with Memphis Mayfire, but they played a couple of shows with Memphis Mayfire. So I was like, that's a weird pairing. But
Mm.
also Rain City Drive was on that entire
It was
tour.
a silly
So
little tour.
it was a
Yeah.
weird pairing. But I love this fucking song. This is more like what I would listen to like in my free time.
Really?
So I'm really digging this track.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that. I also liked it.
So
I
true.
was digging it, as Shane would say.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all the topics we have for you today. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. Instagram is good noise podcast. Facebook is good noise pod. YouTube is good noise podcast. Hey, every other audio streaming service ever is good noise podcast. Bandcamp is goodnoiserecords.bandcamp.com, and Patreon is patreon.com/good noise podcast. Glory's got your Patreon supporters, your Twitch subs, your important plugs. Then we're going to sign off, and Glory's going to end the stream because for the third time after this, I have to go update my graphics drivers
Woof.
so that we can record that really cool interview on Wednesday.
Imagine I have to record that. I might kill
I'll
myself,
jump
dude.
off a cliff if OBS is fucked for good.
Don't worry, man. Now that I have my specs all set up and everything, we should be good. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, my brother and my uncle Matt from Pulses, Jeremy Brady, Zari, and Eric, and our Twitch subs, Coaster Lover, Buzz Lightskin, Matt again from Pulses, thank you, Matt, and Zari again, thank you, Zari.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Important plugs. Excuse me. Important plugs. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. If you're going to like a show, please wear a mask. Festivals are a little. I'm going to a festival. I'm still gonna wear my mask because I think it's like 25,000 people. It's like the biggest festival in Virginia or whatever. Like, okay, guys,
it's the only festival in Virginia.
No, we have a butt rock festival, Shane. You know, give us our flowers, all right, man. We try. We try.
We get puddle of mud trapped, and what's another
Five
band?
Finger
I
Death
don't know.
Punch.
Yeah, and we get Five Finger Death Punch, and they play in a field.
Yes. And it's like it's just a field. They're like there's not even a stage. They're just kind of like in a cornfield.
Ivan Mooley runs around and kicks up dirt.
Oh my god, I hate them. You're not welcome on the podcast. But yeah, be a decent person and have a safe school year, whichever or whatever you do, because now that we have like monkeypox running around, I mean it's not like anything like you could do to prevent that, but you know like stay vigilant. Oh my god, we're screwed. Okay. Sorry.
Well, we will not be live streaming next week, and there will not be a podcast next week because we have no free time next weekend.
Nope.
But the following week, we will find time to pre-record an episode.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have one then. So we'll see you pre-recorded 2 weeks from now and live 3 weeks from now. I have been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. Bye.
Bye.